Christy, and welcome back to Kicking It with Christy. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and I'm sure winter solstice. I'm sure I'm missing other holidays. Today I'm going to be making slow cooker homemade Rice Krispie treats. The recipe is by Recipes That Crock, and that will be linked in the description down below. So, let's get to it. Okay, here are some of the ingredients you're going to need, and you're obviously going to need a slow cooker / crock pot. I'm only doing this in the crock pot because I have a gas stove and this is just easier for me rather than using a gas stove. So we are gonna start out with a half a stick of butter or a 1/4 cup. You're going to slice it up and put it in our crock pot. Going to turn our crock pot on high, and we're going to melt the butter we've just put in. Gonna turn on high, cover it with its lid, and make sure the butter melts. Then we will add the marshmallows. So let's go melt some butter. Okay, now that the butter's melted, we will be adding our 4 1/4 cups of mini marshmallows. I have a 1/2 cup scoop right now. I can't find my cup scoop, so it's going to be done in 1/2 scoop intervals. And after we add the mini marshmallows, we're just going to immediately cover them up for 5 minutes. I added an extra cup only because I have family members who it makes it hard on them to eat it if there's not enough marshmallow, if there's too much cereal, and I wanted to give it a little more balance. So I'm gonna let this sit for 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna come on in. Oh, they did melt on the outside. Look at that. I was worried they didn't melt any. And I'm going to stir this well. Now, because I've added the extra cup, it says for 2 minutes, but I want to give it a little bit longer. You would obviously cover this and leave this alone for 2 minutes. I'm going to do a little longer. So I will be right back. Now we're going to come in and stir until the lumps are gone. I gave it an extra minute. See if that will help, because I have a little bit of extra marshmallow. Then we're going to be adding our 6 cups of rice cereal. Okay, now that all that's in, we're going to gently stir and fold the Rice Krispie treats and the marshmallows. So as to not crush the poor Rice Krispie treats into, a bunch of crumbs. I'm gonna be right back after I get that done. Okay, instead of spraying more nonstick spray on here, I am putting parchment paper down, or wax paper, I'm sorry. And I'm going to go grab the Rice Krispie Treat cereal from the slow cooker, and I will be right back. All right. Says to use your hands. I'm going to use this spatula and spread it out into the corners. Now, I did say a 9 by 13. I don't know what size the span is. I am an average person. And this isn't gonna work. All right, they say to spray your hands. I'm literally just gonna put water on my hands, because if you just use water, it works, and you don't necessarily want to have that flavor on your Rice Krispie treat. So let's spread this up. Look at that. Oh, I'm glad I added the extra marshmallow. It's going to work out very nicely. I'm trying to get it spread to each corner evenly. These are going to be some thick and delicious Rice Krispie treats. Now, you can let them, you're supposed to let them cool as well. I'm trying to get that corner filled. But my fingers are no longer wet. I'd rather add a little bit of water to them. I'd rather add water to the top than add like an oil that has a flavor. Now, you can add toppings. I'm using M&M's minis for part of it. Like, who is gonna argue with you when you just put M&M minis on the Rice Krispie treat? Like, that is delicious. So I'm going to do this area here. Okay. I'm going to use my hand that I have moistened with some water and push them in. Some of the colors are running because there's water on my hands. But other than that, I believe we are good. That's just for these little bars here. We'll each get one that has M&M minis in it, because it'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna throw some sprinkles on here. I'll be using the Walmart Christmas ones. I'm gonna let these cool, and literally from here you will just slice them. And I would suggest, if you're gonna put them in, like, say, a treat bag like the ones I have, I would say cut some pieces of wax paper to fit and just wrap them underneath so that they can set in there. So I'm gonna let this sit and cool. Alright. I'm going to take a knife. I'm gonna take a knife and wet it so that it doesn't stick. Cut them the other way. I will be right back, and then I will show you what I mean with the wax paper. Now that that's all cut, I'm going to be taking wax paper and I'm going to cut it to where you can put one of each, you know, inside, and then I will put them in my treat bags. And we'll get that out of there, and we'll put it on a piece of wax paper, and we'll put that inside the treat bag, like so. And I'm gonna put our hands again. And get the second one out. On a piece, whatever, on a piece of wax paper, and I'll put that on top of the other one so that the wax paper is separating each one. The other one so that they are stacked like that. And that's really it. I hope you guys try this recipe. I'm gonna sneak this corner one over here and try it so that you guys know it doesn't, you know, taste bad. So give me one moment and I will finish organizing this. All right, time to taste test. So good. That extra cup of marshmallows, well, cup and a quarter, worth it. Especially if you like really like gooey, marshmallowy kind of Rice Krispies. Worth it. They're really good, and I recommend making them if you feel like having fresh Rice Krispie treats. Sometimes the ones at Walmart are a little dry, and it hurts my gums, and it hurts my husband's gums and my in-laws' gums. So making these homemade, definitely good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? I'm making delicious things over here. I might make some more delicious things in the coming new year, so who knows? But I'm gonna go finish this, and then I'm gonna go pass out for a couple hours. I have literally been running on 2 hours of sleep since 2 a.m. and it's 10 something. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thanks for just kicking it with me.